Do you ever feel like a ghost in your own life? Always present, always available. Yet somehow, unseen, taken for granted. You give and you give, secretly terrified that if you stop, if you dare to pull back even an inch, you'll be rejected, forgotten, cast out from the very connections you exhaust yourself to maintain. This isn't just a fleeting worry. It's the secret fear of rejection, the deep ache of not belonging, a limiting belief that has you shackled to a cycle of over-availability, leaving you exploited and feeling profoundly inauthentic. What if I told you that this fear, this program running your life, is based on a profound misunderstanding of human dynamics? What if the key to being truly valued, desired, and respected lies not in more availability, but in mastering its opposite? Today, we unlock a forbidden insight, the strategic void. We will show you how your calculated unavailability becomes a powerful generator of desire and self-respect, both in others and, more importantly, in yourself. Let's begin by dissecting the first layer of your programming. Pillar 1, the trap of omnipresence. Why your constant availability is your greatest saboteur, and how society meticulously installed this faulty code within you. You've been taught that being endlessly available, always saying yes, is a virtue, a pathway to being liked, loved, and respected. But this is a dangerous myth. Consider this. What holds more perceived value in a desert of validation? A constantly dripping tap, offering predictable, lukewarm water whenever you extend your cup. Or the discovery of a hidden oasis, lush and revitalizing, whose access is a rare privilege, not a given. Your constant availability has made you that dripping tap, common, expected, easily overlooked. This isn't kindness, it's self-commodification, and it's directly linked to a pervasive modern dogma we must dismantle, the dogma of permanent connection. This is the lie that strong relationships demand immediate response and constant presence, especially in our hyper-digital age. You believe that an instant reply, being perpetually online, signifies care, but it's often a symptom of anxiety, a fear of silence, a desperate plea not to be forgotten. This isn't connection, it's a chain. True bonds are forged in the quality of interaction, not the speed of your reply. Now, let's explore the mechanism that flips this dynamic. Pillar 2, the magnetic power of the vacuum. We will unveil the psychology of scarcity and show you how your strategic absence creates potent intrigue and amplifies desire. Humans are wired to value what is scarce, what requires effort, what isn't always within immediate reach. When you are less available, you cease to be a predictable part of the landscape. You introduce an element of mystery, a question mark. This vacuum doesn't automatically breed resentment. It breeds curiosity. It forces a pause in the other person's automatic expectation of you. Think about your digital conversations. Are you the one who replies in nanoseconds with detailed responses, only to receive curt, delayed answers? This is not a dialogue. It's a one-sided validation exercise. It's time to introduce what I call the echo test. Start mirroring the response time and effort of the other person. If they send a single word, you send a single word after an appropriate interval. If their silence stretches, let your silence echo even longer. What happens? The strategic void you create forces a recalibration. Either they will increase their investment to match your perceived value, or they will reveal themselves as superficial echoes, unworthy of your precious energy. This isn't about playing games. It's about understanding and utilizing the fundamental laws of social physics. This leads us to the third revelation, Pillar 3, the mirror effect of unavailability. How becoming strategically scarce forces others to recalibrate your true value and confront their own superficiality or their unacknowledged dependence on you. When you stop being constantly available, you are not just protecting your time and energy. You are holding up a mirror to those around you. Those who genuinely value you will adapt. They will respect your boundaries. They may even find their appreciation for you deepening as your time becomes a more valued commodity. but those who were merely using your availability for their convenience, those who saw you as an utility rather than an individual. Their discomfort will be palpable. Your absence forces them to confront their own entitlement, their own patterns of taking without giving. This can be a crucial turning point. It filters your relationships. It reveals who is truly there for you versus who is there for what you do for them. The initial fear of rejection often stems from the thought of losing these superficial connections. But what you are truly losing is a burden. What you gain is clarity and the space for more authentic interactions. And finally, we arrive at the core of this transformation. Pillar 4. The alchemy of self-respect. How each strategic no to the external world becomes a resounding yes to your inner fortress, sealing your emotional sovereignty. The constant drive to be available, to please, to sacrifice, is often rooted in that deep fear of rejection we spoke of. You've been conditioned by the fallacy of heroic sacrifice, the damaging notion that putting everyone else's needs above your own is a mark of noble character, and the only surefire way to avoid being cast aside. I remember a phase in my own life where my no seemed to have been surgically removed. I was the hero of everyone else's story, secretly exhausted, believing sacrifice equaled love. A mentor once gave me a stark image. He said, "Imagine there's only one chair in your inner office for your priorities. Every time you say yes to something external, without deep internal alignment, you're kicking your own priority out of that chair." The image of that empty chair, where my own well-being should have been, was a brutal awakening. I realized that true worth isn't found in tireless service to others at your own expense. It's forged in the crucible of self-prioritization. Every time you consciously choose not to be available for something that drains you or doesn't align with your core, you are not being selfish. You are an architect defining the boundaries of your most valuable asset, yourself. Think of yourself as a master sculptor with a block of marble. Constant availability allows anyone to chip away at it randomly, leaving a shapeless form. Strategic unavailability is your chisel, deliberately removing the excess, the expectations, the impositions. It is in the artful no that you sculpt your authentic self, revealing the powerful form that was always there, waiting to be freed from the prison of others' approval. This is how you build an unshakable fortress of self-respect, the only true antidote to the fear of rejection. So, the journey from being an endlessly available commodity to a strategically valued presence is not about becoming cold or distant. It's about recognizing your inherent worth. It's about understanding that your energy is finite and precious. By creating strategic voids, you allow space for genuine desire to emerge. You teach others how to treat you by demonstrating how you treat yourself. You move from a position of fear-based compliance to one of empowered choice. The true mastery of your life begins with this internal shift, with this courageous act of self-prioritization, acknowledging your own needs and daring to make them matter as much as anyone else's. Now I want to hear from you. The true mastery begins with self-analysis. From today's revelations, what was the forbidden insight that resonated most with your current reality? And what is the first small strategic void you commit to creating this week to test this new power? Share your most penetrating reflection in the comments below. We want to know the mind architects who are awakening. This is Mind Architect Lab. Master your mental blueprint. Stay sharp.